All right, guys, Double Vision MMA 365 here. I wanted to do a deep stat dive for UFC 303 Pereira versus Prohaska 2 with the first fight of the night, Ricky Simone and Vinicius Oliveira. I wanted to look at the fight here and do a deep dive on their stats, check out their fight history from the first fight till the most recent one. We're going to be looking at Ricky Simone first, who's our official pick for the fight, is Ricky Simone. But right now he's 20-5. His average fight time is 12 minutes. He's 5'6", 135 pounds. Has a 69-inch reach with an orthodox stance. He was born August 31st, 1992. Strikes landed per minute, 3.01. Striking accuracy of 43%. His strikes absorbed per minute is 3.6. And his 61% defense. Takedown average, 5.49. His takedown accuracy is 46%. Takedown defense, 76%. And we're going to be looking at his whole fighting record, his career. I want to start with his first fight was against Donovan Frelo. He was outstriking Donovan in the fight 48-36. Right here, he got, what is this one? Takedowns. Wow. He had 14 takedowns to 1 on the Dana White's Contender Series in 2017. He got a split decision. Wow, 14. What's there? We could click on it and check it out. Ricky Simone against Donovan Frelo. He 48 of 100. So he threw 100. Frelo threw 129, but he only landed 36 out of. So Ricky Simone threw 48 out of 100, landed 48 of 100 strikes. Total strikes. Takedown accuracy. 48 of 100. Significant strikes. 36 of 129. So Donovan had a little higher output, but he landed less. Ricky Simone had more of the better footwork in this one, and he had a lot of takedowns. Well, you can look at the breakdown here per round. Ricky Simone is in red, and Donovan Frelo's blue. 79% was for the head to 69%. He was head hunting that day. 12% to the body. And Donovan, I guess he was going for the body a lot more, trying to slow Ricky down, I bet. Ricky had the good footwork and the leg, 8%, 5. Not too many leg strikes for either guy. Landed by position, distance. So he's fighting on the outside. Ricky Simone likes to get in the clinch a little bit and on the ground. He's more of a grappler. Ricky Simone is. Oh, looks like this was a split decision. Clinch. 7 of 12, 13 of 14. Wow, that's a lot. Decision, split decision. The referee was Jason Herzog. Details, what was it? And then here's the judges giving a 29-28. Or he gave 28-29. So this guy gave it to Donovan. Glenn Trowbridge gave it to Ricky. Or no, this one is right, Ricky. Donovan, Dana White Contender Series. Oh, this is Ricky when he fought Merab Dishvali. He subbed him guillotine choke in the third round. Let's see. Rob and Ricky Simone. He had a knockdown. Wow, look at the output though. He had significant strikes, 210 to 103. He doubled up and landed, but he was his significant strike percentage was pretty low. He was throwing out the volume, but he wasn't landing in the volume. He was definitely outstriking Ricky Simone. Total strikes 233 to 108. Takedowns 6 of 22 and 2 of 7. Takedown percentage 28%. He had sub attempt and Ricky Simone got the sub. Let's see, you can look at per round. In the first round, Merab threw 79, Ricky threw 34. And he landed 9 of 34 for Ricky. In round 2, Ricky threw 44 strikes, and he landed 20 of 44 and a 45% clip. And then round 3, he only threw 5 of 25, landed 5 of 25. So he threw 25. We could see where the target was. Mostly head, a lot of head hunting, a little mid-range to the body, and not too much for the legs. And Rob was fighting on the outside, keeping his distance, jabbing him up from the outside. Clinch, and no strikes landed on the ground, only 2% here. Ricky Simone per round. Round 1, 9 of 34, 26%. 34 strikes in the first, 44 in the second, and 25 in the third. So looked like he kept an even pace. He picked it up in the second, and then a little decline in the third, which is expected, especially when you're fighting Merab. Because Merab was, 79 in the first, 73 in the second, and then 58. So a little slight decline, but he ended up getting subbed in the third. That's a good win for Simone. I'm sure he's not where he really wants to be right now, but okay, against Merab. And then the next fight, he fought Montel Jackson. He, let's see here. These are strikes. He fought Montel Jackson. He got a win against Montel. He was getting struck by Montel, but he had 7 takedowns to 2, and it was enough to get him a unanimous decision against Montel Jackson. And then you can see what the scorecards were. 27-30 Ricky, 27-30 Ricky, and then 29-28 Ricky. So unanimous decision for Ricky. Let's see how it looked here. We can go by per round. Yeah, let's go per round. In the first round, Ricky threw 21 strikes. In the second round, he threw 23, and then in round 3 he threw 9. So he had a little decline over here, but he had a lot of takedowns. We had 6 takedowns. Oh, he had 20. Wow, 7. He landed 7 of 20. So He had 5 minutes control time. Okay, to Montel Jackson had landed 2 of 2. But I guess Ricky has a good ground game and good get up game. Let's see, 28 to the head. This one he invested a lot in the body shots to slow down Montel Jackson. And he was fighting on the outside. Yeah, that's a good win too. Montel Jackson's, he's pretty good. That was Dillashaw Garbrandt too. Let's see, that was a good win. And then he got a unanimous decision against Ronnie Yaya. He had 2 knockdowns against Ronnie Yaya. He was out striking him, and he had 4 takedowns too. That's good to get a unanimous decision. But then he lost to Uriah Faber. He got knocked out in the first round against Uriah Faber. He was getting outstruck, and then he got knocked down, knocked out. He only threw 4 strikes at the time. And then he lost to Rob Font. He was getting outstruck. He had 6 takedowns, but Rob Font had 1 too, and he ended up winning for a unanimous decision. And then he came back and he had 1, 2, 3, 5 wins in a row. He beat Ray Borg, outstruck him, had 7 takedowns for a decision win. And then he beat this guy, Perillo. He had 17 strikes landed, 7 takedowns, and 1 sub attempt. And he ended up getting it in the second round by arm triangle. So he had a decision and then a submission. The next fight, he beat Brian Kelleher. He was out striking him. He had 6 takedowns and 1 sub attempt. And he ended up getting a unanimous decision win against Brian Kelleher. And then he fought Rafael Sungchow. He had a knockdown. He was out striking him. He had 2 takedowns. And he ended up getting a knockout in the second round. And then the next fight was against Jack Shore. He had a knockdown. He was out striking him. He had 2 takedowns and a sub attempt, which resulted in a sub arm triangle win in the second round. But then he had 2 losses in a row. Then he fought Song Yadong. Song had 2 knockdowns. He was out striking him. Ricky had 2 takedowns, but he didn't really do much. He couldn't control him on the ground, and Song ended up knocking him out in the 5th round. I think there was too much of a step up in competition for Ricky Simone. So then he fought Mario Batista, and he got outworked significant strike-wise. Ricky had a couple takedowns, but he wasn't able to submit him. He had 2 takedowns, no sub attempts, but he lost a unanimous decision. So that's his record there. If we click, and he's going to be fighting Vinicius Oliveira. Let's look at his record and see what kind of fights he's got on his record here. Oh, yeah. Dave, break it down. I'm trying. I want to do a deep dive and see how they match up, Let's see the stats. Okay, this is Vinicius Oliveira. He's 5'9". He's a little bigger in size. Has a reach. Significant strikes landed per minute, 5.4. Okay, let's just look at his fights here. On the Dana White Contender Series, he fought Victor Madrigal. He was had a knockdown. He was out striking him, and he got a first round knockout. And then he fought Bernardo Sopaj. He had a knockdown in that fight as well. He was out striking him in the third, but I think he was losing that fight until like the last minute or so in the third, where he caught him with that flying knee. He had 2 takedowns. Vinicius had 2 takedowns, but Sopaj had 3. But Sopaj took that fight on a short notice, and he ended up gassing out. On that fight, and he caught that knee. One of those knockouts that you see on the highlight reels every week. Let's see here, but in the first round, he was getting outstruck. Vinicius Oliveira was getting outstruck. He threw 31, but only landed 7. So Sopaj had the better footwork, and he was taking Vinicius down. Round 2, he got outlanded, 18-17. He had 75%. Sopaj had 75% strike accuracy. In the third round, he just gassed. Sopaj did against Vinicius, and he started landing power strikes on him and just gassed him out. And then when he hurt him, Sopaj started running away, and then that's when Vinicius Oliveira caught him with that flying knee and folded him up in the third round. But if he didn't get that knockout, I think Bernardo Sopaj was on his way to win probably a split decision. Probably they always make it split decision like that. Well, our official pick in this fight will be Ricky Simón. I think Ricky's going to be able to take Oliveira down at will, pretty much. I can see him getting the 7. Like Ricky, he gets look how many takedowns. In this fight, he got 2. Even in a loss, he got 2 takedowns against Batista. He got 2 takedowns against Song Yadong. 2 against Jack Shore. He got 2 against Sun Chow. He got 6 against Brian Kelleher. 7 against Gaetano Perillo. He had 7 against Ray Borg. He had 6 against Rob Font. He didn't get any against Uriah Faber because he got knocked out in the first round because he didn't have a chance. He had 4 against Ronnie Yahya, 7 against Montel Jackson, 2 takedowns against Merab Dishfali, and 14 against Donovan Frelo. So every fight he's getting some takedowns here, except Uriah Faber. Is that the only one? His only fight he didn't get any takedowns was against Uriah Faber, and that was because he got knocked out. Getting knocked out. So let's see here. He's at least gonna get 2. So I'm thinking he's gonna get close to probably right in the middle here between 4 and 7. I could see Ricky Simón getting 4 takedowns, just grinding on him and getting a unanimous decision win for Ricky Simón. Let's see. Let's back out here. Ricky Simón. Get him back up. So, Ricky Simón against Vinicius Oliveira. Oliveira's a little bit bigger, has a little reach. But, that's the official pick. Ricky Simón by split decision win. And that's my deep dive breakdown for the first fight of the night. An official pick, Ricky Simón. All right, guys, that's the end of this stream.